We are covering all angles of the COVID spike in the Bay Area. What you need to know right now to protect yourself and your family. Dr. Peter Chin Hong with UCSF joining us now. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us. You know, there's so much concern about how fast this Delta variant is spreading in the Bay Area. So what makes it different from previous strains?
Well, Juliet, Delta is very different because the amount of virus someone who is infected produces is unimaginable. It's 1,000 times more than the regular Wuhan variant. And I think the clincher is that vaccinated folks can spread it to others.
So the indoor mask mandate is taking effect at midnight. Do you think that will be enough to turn the tide?
I think it'll be a good maneuver to pause, but may not turn the tide completely. I think what we're looking at in terms of numbers is our behaviors from 2 weeks ago, when we all sort of like threw up our masks in wild abandonment if we were vaccinated. I think now we have to be a little bit more restrained given the data, but I'm confident in Bay Area, citizens. I think we will rise up and we will sort of crush this.
Yeah, so I like that wisdom there. We'll crush this. But we keep hearing the advice, get vaccinated. So what about kids, though, who can't get vaccinated with schools starting to open soon?
Well, I have two things to say. First of all, kids under 12, less likely to get COVID as well as transmit COVID. And the school environment is actually safer than the community. We've seen that even in periods of surges in states like Wisconsin and in Georgia. So I think Delta is not going to act any differently. What you can do is make a ring of bodyguards, immunity bodyguards around the kids. That is to vaccinate all the adults around the kids, including teachers and staff at the schools.
So let's talk about the unvaccinated now. They're clearly more at risk. That's the concern that you were talking about, right?
Yeah, so unvaccinated folks, no matter how you slice and dice the pie, more than 99.5% of deaths currently in the United States, even with Delta.
So is the Delta variant driving more people to get vaccinated now? Has that then been kind of the showstopper? People are now finally getting it?
I was pleasantly surprised, but in the last week, U.S. overall increase in 30% of vaccinations. Bay Area, very different rates depending on how vaccinated the community is. But I was really impressed with Solano County, more than 60% increase, or 50 to 60, and Contra Costa around the same. San Francisco, very high vaccination rate, bump in about 15%.
All right, so if we mask up come midnight, more people get vaccinated, where do you see things, let's say, 2 to 4 weeks down the road?
Well, I think we'll look very different in the Bay Area and in California and in the country, really, depending on how fast the community gets vaccinated. In community with low vaccination rates, you're going to see more people overwhelm the hospitals. We're seeing that already in states like Missouri. We're seeing that in some communities in California. And that's where the two groups will separate.
All right, well, we've done this before. We've worn our masks. It's going to happen again tonight at midnight, and we will be talking with you, I'm sure, very soon again. Dr. Chin Hong, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Juliet. Thank you.